डॉक्टर साहब नमस्कार। प्रोफेसर सिंह नमस्कार।
जी सर, नमस्कार सर।
उपाध्याय जी नमस्कार। मैडम चौहान नमस्कार।
Namaste Shukla sir, Namaste Gopne sir, Namaskar to all. Thank you so much.
प्रोफेसर
नमस्कार मैडम।
नमस्कार।
Namaskar. Namaskar Shivram Thakur sir.
पांडे
सर
साहब
Namaste,
नमस्कार।
Namaste. Devendra Singh sir, Namaste.
जी
हाँ,
मैडम नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सिंह सर।
जी नमस्कार सर।
डॉक्टर ठाकुर नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सिंह। नमस्ते।
डीपी सिंह सर नमस्कार।
जी सर नमस्कार।
हेलो।
प्रोफेसर पटनेकर नमस्कार।
नमस्ते नमस्ते थैंक यू वेरी
नमस्कार
मच
पटनेकर सर।
नमस्ते
Namaskar Pednekar
ग्लैड
sir.
टू मीट यू सर थैंक
आई एम
यू
प्रोफेसर शुक्ला फ्रॉम सागर मध्य प्रदेश।
या यस सर आई थिंक वी हैड मेट एट बड़ौदा आई डोंट नमस्ते वेरी ग्लैड टू मीट ऑल ऑफ यू
पूछिए किसी से मेरी प्रॉब्लम है जो हमसे तो पूछिए ना क्या भी आवाज आ रही है तो सामने से तरफ से किसी को विटनेस करके पूछिए। अभी 20 किए हैं ना लोग, आप किसी से पूछेंगे इसको चिल्ले 20
देवेंद्र जी नमस्कार। जी नमस्कार।
Rana Pratap sir, Namaste.
हेलो।
हेलो गुड आफ्टरनून। गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
हाँ
प्रोफेसर
गुड
राय
आफ्टरनून। हाँ नमस्कार, सबको नमस्कार।
नमस्ते।
Namaste
नमस्कार जी
Dinesh sir.
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार है।
प्रोफेसर कुरैशी
मैडम।
नमस्कार।
हाँ मैडम अच्छी हैं आप?
बिल्कुल ठीक है सर जी। आप लोग कैसे हैं?
हाँ थैंक यू। सब ईश्वर की कृपा से हम लोग सब ठीक हैं।
चलो बढ़िया
शुक्ला जी।
बढ़िया।
हाँ शुक्ला जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार डॉक्टर साहब नमस्कार। मैंने किया सर जी।
सर प्रणाम सर।
खुश
हाँ
रहो
प्रणाम
खुश
प्रणाम।
रहो रोली खुश रहो।
हाँ, अरे रोली साहब हाँ नमस्कार नमस्कार ओके। स्वस्थ हैं आप मैडम रोली?
हाँ जी सर बिल्कुल ठीक।
पूना में भेंट होगी आपसे।
हाँ पूना में आ रही हूँ।
हाँ आइए भेंट होगी। हाँ थैंक यू।
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल आ रही हूँ मैं।
ठीक है।
Namaste Dr. Naik sir. Namaste Dr. Rodi madam.
नमस्ते नमस्ते
Namaskar
नमस्कार
Ashwini
जी।
sir.
देवेंद्र जी नमस्कार।
प्रोफेसर
नमस्कार रोली जी।
कैसे हैं कैसे हैं आप?
ठीक हूँ चल रहा है।
शिलोंग।
आप कैसे हैं?
हम बिल्कुल फिट एंड फाइन है।
ट्विटर पर, ठीक
हाँ बिल्कुल।
है।
नहीं देवेंद्र जी भी बिल्कुल फिट लग रहे हैं भाई।
There are two Devendras. Who are you referring to?
मैं जिनसे
अच्छा
बात कर रहा हूँ मैं उन्हीं की बात कर रहा हूँ।
मुझे लगा कि दूसरे देवेंद्र जी बहुत ज्यादा
नहीं
फिट लग
नहीं नहीं आई एम टॉकिंग टू यू प्रोफेसर नायक। आई एम टॉकिंग टू यू।
और कभी बोलने जो बोल रहे हैं ना
Namaskar
शुगर
Sabla
में
Rani sir.
चश्मे का फर्क होता है लेकिन मुझे आप
रिकॉग्निशन कर रहे
चलिए हम लोग भेंट हो जाती है महीने में कम से कम अच्छा लगता है।
अरे
हाँ
संडे
जी।
की प्रतीक्षा रहती सर।
जी जी थैंक यू। हाँ हाँ
हैं।
राणा जी नमस्कार।
अरे नमस्कार सर नमस्कार। सर स्वस्थ हैं?
हाँ ठीक है, ठीक है।
चलिए, बहुत दिन पर आपका दर्शन हो रहा है।
दर्शन एक आध बार कि नहीं?
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
हाँ हाँ, बहुत कुछ होता जा रहा है, धीरे धीरे से थकते जा रहे हम लोग।
कोई बात नहीं है, समय है तो सब चीज का है ना।
यस।
वो टाइम फेज है, उसके लिए हम लोग मुरेठा बांधे रहते हैं। हाँ सिराजी साहब नमस्कार। सिराजी सुन रहे हैं? आवाज नहीं जा रही उनको।
वो बात कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा सॉरी। हाँ हाँ। यहाँ आइए तो अपने में बात कीजिए, बाहर बात रोक दीजिए।
सिराजी साहब सलाम अलैकुम।
जी गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन। राणा साहब
गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
हेलो, वेलकम सिराजी साहब। हाउ आर यू?
जी राणा साहब, आवाज आ रही?
आ रही है। यू आर फाइन?
फाइन, alhamdulillah, I'm very well.
Okay. Perhaps you are retired now?
Yeah, I retired on 14th of August.
Very अच्छा, okay. अभी ताजा आप रिटायर्ड है।
So we have retirement age is 60 years. So I attained the age of 60 on 14th August.
ओह अच्छा, ओके। चलिए,
So you are
हम लोग
65 years of age.
हम लोग विश करते हैं आप स्वस्थ रहिए, पढ़ते लिखते रहिए, समाज को दीजिए, देश को दीजिए, हम लोगों को दीजिए।
Thank you.
Shiraji sahab, here in India, the central government universities, our retirement age is 65 years in central government universities, and I retired on 31st of July, 2014.
2014?
14.
Sir,
I retired on 31st August 1913. Oh, sir, Professor Santosh साहब। जी सर। I know you are senior sir. जी।
1 year senior.
नहीं काय का सीनियर सर, रिटायरमेंट के बाद एवरी सीनियर सिटीजन इज वन ग्रुप।
We are all.
And sir, may I submit?
Sir, shall we start the session?
This particular group, the retired professors group, are large. The youngsters are seen in lesser numbers as compared to the seniors here.
Yeah. D.R. Pant साहब।
हाँ सर, नमस्कार सर।
हाँ प्रणाम। आप बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हैं, बहुत नाइस, वेरी गुड। अब ठीक है?
Shall we start with the session?
ठीक है, लेकिन
हाँ, we should start. Where is Professor Devendra? He should start. Okay.
Thank you. With my sincere prayers to Almighty and His blessings to one and all present, with due permission from the President of the session, Dr. Balasaheb Gokhale sir, may I start with the session, sir, please?
Yes, you may start.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I now invite Dr. Deepali Gadkari madam to please propose a welcome address. Dr. Deepali madam, please.
Thank you so much. I hope I am audible.
Okay.
Very good evening to one and all here. First of all, I would like to thank Shaman Madam, convener of today's session, for giving me this opportunity to welcome you all. On this occasion of 42nd episode of the online lecture series by Institute for Environmental Research and Rural Development, Patna, I welcome one and all. This series is on founders and makers of modern geography in India. Today, uh, our former head in charge and very senior professor of Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, late Professor K. Sita, will be the topic of the lecture, and for which we have very eminent personalities for the smooth conduct of this session. President Dr. Balasaheb Gokhale sir, Director YVC Institute of Competitive Exams and VCR Center, Vidyanagar, Karad, Maharashtra. Of course, convener Professor Savitsmita Chavan, Madam, our former head, Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, and ex-president of Bombay Geographical Society. Today's chief guest, Professor Safdar Ali Shirazi, sir, who was just interacting with all the senior professors, professor and director, Institute of Geography, University of Punjab, Lahore, Pakistan. Welcome, sir. Very warm welcome from all of us. He is also president of Pakistan Association, Pakistan Geographical Association. Today's very eminent speaker, Dr. Hemant Pednekar, sir, retired principal on the College Vikramgarh, Palghar, Maharashtra, and ex-vice president of Bombay Geographical Society. We have distinguished guests as well as guests of honor. We have distinguished guests, Professor D.K. Nayak, sir, professor and former head, Department of Geography, North Eastern Hill University, Shillong. We have our own Professor Phadke, sir, former head, professor and former head of our department, Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, and ex-president of Bombay Geographical Association. Professor Roli Kanchan, madam, who was former head of Department of Geography, MS University of Baroda. Guest of honor, we have three guests of honor. Professor Shinde, sir, head Department of Geography, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Welcome, sir. Professor A.S.A. Thakur, sir, principal, SKPS Mahavidyalaya College, Malvan, and president of Konkan Geographers Association in India, and ex-chairman of BOS Geography, University of Mumbai. We also have Professor A.K. Lunawat, professor and head Department of Geography, University College of Science, Osmania University, Hyderabad, Telangana. For the smooth conduct of this session, these are the pillars of the session. Dr. Samruddhi Chavan, assistant professor in MJ College of Arts and Science, Arts, Science and Commerce, Navi Mumbai. Professor Devendra Singh, sir, director researchers, IERAD, IERADRD Patna as institute, and organizing secretary, Dr. Ambarish Kumar Rai from PG Geography Department, Veer Kumar Singh University, Ara, Bihar, and Dr. Amit Kumar sir from he is the head of the department, PG Department of Geography, Munger University, Bihar. Once again, I welcome all the participants or attendees of this lecture, and now, without wasting a minute, I would like to hand over it to the convener, Professor Chavan, madam.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dipali madam, for a warm welcome to one and all. With due permission from the president of the session, Dr. Balasaheb Gokhale sir.
Chavan, madam.
May I introduce all the...
Chavan, madam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, Dipali madam, want to say something? Okay, with due permission from Dr. Balasab Gupne sir, I would like to introduce the galaxies of the session present here. May I, sir? Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
We are indeed blessed to have with us President of the session, Dr. Balasab Gupne sir, with his post-graduation in geography and proud to be the first PhD awardee in geography of Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Sir is presently director at Yashwantrao Chavan Institute of Competitive Examination and Venutai Chavan Research Center, Vidyanagar at Karad in Maharashtra. Dr. Gopne sir is also president of the Maharashtra Bhugol Shastra Parishad, which is performing commendable contribution to various academic and co-curricular programs for the students, research scholars and academicians of the region with great supportive team and his able leadership. With 36 years of research and 33 years of teaching experience, Sir has guided successfully 9 PhD scholars and completed 4 research projects. Sir has been on various positions during his tenure as head of the Department of Geography at Venutai Chavan College, Karad, chairman of BOS in Geography and Meteorology, and member of the Management Council at Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Sir has to his credit a number of publications in the form of 5 published books, 10 edited books, 54 research papers. So far, Sir has presented 70 research papers and delivered 17 lectures as keynote speaker in national and state level conferences and was invited as a guest at 10 national and state level conferences to give inaugural address. Dr. Gopne sir is conferred with Best Teacher Award by Shikshan Mandal Karad, Best Teacher Award by Maharashtra Bhugol Shastra Parishad Pune, Best Teacher Award during Golden Jubilee year of Shivaji University Kolhapur, Best Resource Person at National Conference Udgir Maharashtra. Sir has visited abroad for academic deliberations such as Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore. Sir, thank you so much for accepting our request to chair the session as president and grace the episode by your auspicious presence. Thank you, sir, for being there with us. Today, we are also happy to have with us chief guest of the session, Dr. Sardar Ali Shiraji, sir, who graduated in 1987 from Department of Geography, University of Punjab, Lahore, with first class, obtained Roll of Honor. He also has a postgraduate diploma in demography from Social Sciences Research Center and degree in geography and political sciences from the University of Hyderabad. Sir is awarded PhD degree by the University of Karachi in 2011 and completed his postdoctorate fellowship funded by the Higher Education Commission Pakistan under the able supervision of Professor Dr. Dagmar Hassi in 2014 from the Institute of Geography, Department of Urban Ecology, Humboldt University, Berlin in Germany. In 2017, Sir was awarded DAD Research Stay for Academics and Scientists for 3 months fellowship by the German Academic Exchange Service, and he completed his second postdoctorate from the Institute of Geography, Humboldt University, Berlin in Germany. His overall teaching experience to degree and postgraduate classes is more than 35 years. Sir is Professor of Geography since July 2017 and just retired from his services as director of the Institute of Geography, University of Punjab, Lahore. Sir is also ex-director Center for Integrated Mountain Research, University of the Punjab. He has remained member and secretary on National Curriculum Revision Committee of Geography for consecutive 2 terms. Sir was twice elected as secretary president of Geographical Association. At present, he is Vice President of Pakistan Geographical Association and has been on various academic bodies in and outside Pakistan. Sir has authored and co-authored more than 80 research papers, book chapters, and books published in Pakistan and abroad. Sir is conferred with Best Teacher Award twice based on students' evaluation from the Punjab University authorities in 2001 and 2002. His teaching and research experience is more than 35 years and Research interests include climate change, landscape ecology, ecosystem services, morphology of cities, desertification and resilience, population studies, urbanization, and sustainability. Sir, thank you so much for your consistent and kind support for these episodes. We are really feeling proud and happy for your great association on this platform that keeps us motivated. Thank you, sir, for joining. We also have distinguished guests with us, Professor Devendra K. Naik, sir. We are pleased to have you here on this platform. With over 36 years of teaching and is presently professor in geography at the Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, his educational career is from Orissa with award of National Scholarship at Higher Secondary and in the first year with distinction marks ranked second, seventh in Utkal University and first position at BA Geography Honours. Sir has done his post-graduation in geography with first division, MPhil and PhD from JNU, New Delhi. Such specialization is in social geography and population geography. He has to his credits 4 books, 70 articles in peer-reviewed journals in India and abroad as publications and completed 5 research projects. Sir has served as advisor to London School of Economics and Political Science sponsored project on crisis of governance. He has successfully guided and supervised 23 PhD and 16 MPhil scholars. Third, academic association has been very vibrant through participation in seminars, conferences, such as 35 at international level, of which 10 were abroad and 25 in at homeland in India. 90 at national level, invited for 6 plenary sessions at international level and 22 at national level. Delivered 3 memorial lectures, namely H.P. Das Memorial Lecture at Department of Geography, Guwahati University, Satyesh Chakraborty Memorial Lecture at Barwan University, and Professor S.P. Chatterjee Memorial Lecture at Kolkata University. SIRS is also associated with various academic associations as life member, as well as is a member of editorial committee of Hill Geographer Shillong. He has been executive committee member at NAGI India, secretary of IIG Pune, and currently chief editor of transactions of IIG Pune. Serves administrative and academic association as member in various capacities at NEU Shillong, is seen at Academic Council, University Code, Board of Undergraduate Studies in Geography, Dean, Students Welfare, Chairman, Board of Undergraduate Studies in Geology, Board of Undergraduate Studies, etc. Sir has been on academic visit to foreign countries, namely Bangladesh, Brazil, France, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, UK, Belgium, Germany, Tunisia, Morocco, and South Korea. Sir, with your vibrant CV and such a great contribution in the field of geography and extracurricular activities, we are really feeling proud to have you here as our distinguished guest. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm also blessed to have my teacher, Dr. V.S. Phadke sir, as distinguished guest of the session. He has completed his BSc and MSc in Geography from Bombay University and joined Kirti College Dadar in 1966. Sir has produced first batch of BA Geography under his headship in 1973 and later joined Department of Geography, University of Bombay in 1979 as a lecturer. He is the first PhD awardee in 1983 under the guidance of late Dr. K. Sita and so got appointed as reader in 83. He became professor and head Department of Geography, University of Mumbai in September 1994. With a long dedicated teaching and research services, he superannuated in September 2005. In the area of research, Sir has guided 27 students for their MA and MPhil dissertations and 6 PhDs under his supervision. Sir has many research papers published in renowned journals, chapters in edited books, and a joint author in books that are worth reading. Post-retirement, Sir promoted the subject of geography by engaging postgraduate classes as coordinator at Nagindas Khandwala College, Malad. Sir has also contributed immensely to the Bombay Geographical Association in various capacities as president by publications of my book, Bombay Geographical Magazine, organizing conferences, seminars, workshops, etc. Sir, I am indeed blessed to be your student throughout from standard 12 till date. Please bless us. Thank you for joining us. We are also pleased to have Professor Mrs. Roli Kanchan Madam as distinguished guest on this platform. Madam has been a former head Department of Geography at MS University of Baroda, Gujarat. She has her post-graduation and doctoral degree from Dr. H.S. Gaur Central University, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. With 35 years of teaching experience, Madam's specialization is in regional development and planning, geography of health, population geography, industrial geography, urban geography, and area of environmental studies. Madam has 50 research papers as publications and attended 50 national and international conferences. Dr. Roli Madam has delivered more than 50 invited lectures, completed 11 research projects, and has life member of 9 professional bodies. Madam has been conferred as Best Geography Teacher Award by the Deccan Geographical Society of India and is President of Indian Institute of Geomorphologists, Allahabad. Madam has contributed in book writing for NAGE as chapters in Advanced Geography of India, Industrial Complexes and Industrial Regionalization for Vardhaman Mahavir Kota Open University. She has been co-principal investigator to coordinate, develop and write the e-content in research geography under e-PG Pathshala NMEICT program. Madam is on advisory board on various associations such as Geographical Development Research Institute, Gorakhpur, and referee for the Journal of Earth Surface Studies. Madam is presently Vice President of NAGI India and on editorial board of Annals of NAGI, on Governing Council Research Journal Association India, Executive Committee of Indian Institute of Geomorphologists, Allahabad. She has been actively involved at various university level committees such as Proctorial Board Member, Member Council of Postgraduate Studies, and Research Contributor for Science Faculty Task Force Committee. Thank you, Roli Kanchan Madam, so much for joining and blessing us in the session. We also have guest of honor, Dr. Sambhaji Jnaneshwar Shinde sir from Shivaji University, Kolhapur, who is presently head of the Department of Geography. His total teaching experience is 22 years, starting at Raj Shikshan Sanstha at Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara, and then Department of Geography, University of Kolhapur till date. He is actively involved in the administration of Shivaji University as rector of Dr. Appasaheb Pawar Vidyarthi Bhavan Earn and Learn scheme, organizing secretary of National Conference on Geo-Environmental Issues and Sustainable Development, coordinator for workshop on revised syllabus, and coordinator for Work on Demand scheme at Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Dr. Sambhaji Shinde sir has been conferred with awards and honors of GRF Fellowship in 1999 of Shivaji University and Best Teacher Award by Maharashtra Rajya Kriti Samiti. Sir is also nominated on various statutory committees of Shivaji University and is member of the professional bodies of IIG, Deccan Geographical Society, Maharashtra Bhugoal Parishad, and executive member of SPBSS. Sir has given his best as chairman and member of the committee in JRC Geography, RSC Geography, chairman LIC, and advisory committee on Lok Vikas Kendra Shivaji University, Kolhapur, as well as in selection committee for teachers in parent institute and affiliated colleges, as well as in Osmania University and Goa University. Sir's research specialization in geography is in the branches of agricultural geography, geography of environment, and remote sensing. He has successfully supervised and guided 10 PhD students and 5 are pursuing. Publications to his credit are 31 research papers in standard journals and 47 research papers presented in various conferences. Sir has supervised various research projects funded by UGC New Delhi and Shivaji University. And he is an external PhD referee at SRTM Nanded University, Osmania University, Karnataka University, Mysore University, Solapur University, Amravati, Aurangabad, and Guwahati University. Sir has provided his expertise in various extension activities such as judge at state level competition at Avishkar, observer for the SET examination of UGC, chairman for Swachhata Ranking Universities by Human Resource Development Ministry, Government of India, New Delhi. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation as guest of honor and joining us today. We also have another most active and young geographer, you can say, as a distinguished guest, our BOS Chairperson, former Professor Dr. Shivram Anantrao Thakur sir, presently Principal at SK Patil Sindhudurg Mahavidyalaya Malgund. Having done his MA MPhil PhD in Geography from Shivaji University, Kolhapur, he has been former head Department of Geography at Sri Pancham Khemraj Mahavidyalaya, Savantpuri. With his 32 years of teaching experience and research guide at Mumbai University and JJT University of Rajasthan, Sir has successfully guided 4 PhD candidates and 4 are pursuing their research under his guidance. He has been twice ex-chairman of US Geography at University of Mumbai, and has strengthened the geography subject by getting it introduced in distance education of Mumbai University to reach the unreachable students for their benefit as well as the institution, society and the nation. Dr. Thakur sir is also actively involved in the Konkan Geographers Association of India and is presently president of the same as well as associate editor of the Konkan Geographer, interdisciplinary national level research journal with ISSN number. Sir has given his expertise at University of Mumbai as ex-member of Academic Council, chairman and member of Local Inquiry Committee, and to affiliative colleges. Sir has authored more than 40 books of FY, SYTY geography as reference books and attended more than 30 national and international conferences and has 50 research papers published in various journals to his credit and completed 2 minor research projects. Thank you so much, Thakur sir, for joining us on this platform and accepting our invitation. We also have Professor Ashok Kumar Lonawar sir as distinguished guest. Presently, Professor in Department of Geography, University College of Science, Usmania University, Hyderabad, in the state of Telangana. With 22 years of teaching experience, sir has contributed his expertise by completing 1 UGC minor research project, publishing 26 research papers in international and national journals, and presenting 23 research papers at international in India and abroad, and 14 at national. Sir has to his credit 7 and 30 chapters in books and reference books and geography textbooks, published by international publishers and Telugu Academy, Government of Telangana, respectively. Besides, co-editor for 5 reference books published by international publishers and authored 4 and co-authored 98 BA Geography and Town and Country Planning textbooks as study material published by Usmania University. Professor Ashok Kumar sir has been actively involved in administration of Usmania University as chairman US Geography, Head Department of Geography at University College for Women and for PG College of Science, as well as NSS Program Officer of NSS Unit. His academic expertise is also given as member of Syllabus Committee in Geography at NCERT New Delhi and at Intermediate Board in Geography for Government of Telangana. Sir is also associated with academic associations as life member of NAGI, INCA, DGSI and Union of Geographic Information Technologists. Sir has successfully organized 1 national conference as convener, 3 international conference as organizing secretary, and conducted 4 national conference at Department of Geography, Usmania University. Professor Ashok Kumar Lonawar sir has been conferred as Best Young Leadership Award by Asian Urbanization Research Association, Shippensburg University of Pennsylvania, USA. Presently, 8 research scholars are pursuing their doctoral research under his supervision and guidance. Sir has visited abroad for academic deliberations to countries of China, UK, Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia. Thank you so much, Ashok Kumar sir, for joining us here on this platform and gracing the occasion. The most awaited speaker of the session today, Dr. Hemant Pednekar sir. I am indeed blessed to be associated with him right from my student days till then. He is so dynamic and active, almost many of us on this platform know it. Dr. Pednekar sir has been in the teaching field for more than 40 years. Sir has done his master and PhD in geography as well as DHA. Currently, he is working as Vice President, Navdrishti, Director and Advisor, Konkan Geographers Association, and Honorary Director at iFactor and Trustee, Adhyan Samstha. He was Principal at Arts and Science Commerce College at Vikramgarh, Solopan Dandekar College at Palghar, and Chintaman Rao College of Commerce at Sangli in Maharashtra. Sir's teaching career started at Deccan Education Society, Kirti College, Dadar in junior college, then to senior college to head Department of Geography as well as vice principal at Kirti College, Dadar. He was ex-Senate member of Mumbai University and ex-district coordinator of NSS unit of Mumbai. His areas of expertise include geography, cartography, environment, teaching aids and sex education, counseling, yoga, and hypnotism. Sir has written more than 80 textbooks on geography and environment and has been associated with Bal Bharati as a co-author for standard 6 to 12 and state level geography textbooks of Maharashtra. He is a life member of various geographical associations such as GGA, MBP, KGA, NAGI, IIG, INFRA, and DGS. His current mission is life is to prepare and donate innovative teaching aids to educational institutions. Sir, we are indeed feeling very proud to have you here as a speaker of the episode and thank you from the core of our heart to your generosity and humbleness for one and all towards everyone all throughout your career. Thank you so much for joining us and I'm accepting our invitation as speaker for late Dr. K. Seta. We are also pleased to have with us Dr. Deepali Gadkari Madam, who has given welcome address, another young geographer who is supported by giving her welcome address. She is at present teaching and guiding at Department of Geography, University of Mumbai. Her fields of specialization in geography are mainly in the branches of geomorphology, fluvial and coastal, geoinformatics, modeling and applications, coastal geomorphic and coastal zone management studies, seismological studies, and disaster management. She has done her MA, MPhil, PhD from Pune University, Diploma in Geoinformatics from CDAC Pune, Certificate course in aerial photogrammetry and remote sensing from IIRS Dehradun. With a total of 19 plus years of teaching experience at PG and University of Pune, SEP University Ahmedabad and University of Mumbai, she has also taught undergraduate classes at SNDT College of Arts and Commerce, Pune. Her research experience is seen as JRF, research associated on ISRO and European Commission sponsored projects, as visiting scientist at Institution of Seismological Research, Gandhinagar, Gujarat, as principal investigator is worth noting. Madam has to her credit 7 research papers published in Scopus Web of Science journals and 2 chapters in books. She has membership of professional bodies, namely IIG Pune, Indian Society of Earthquake Science, Indian Society of Geomatics, and Bombay Geographical Association. Madam has delivered lectures as resource person and presented 20 research papers at national and 8 at international level. She is also actively involved in administrative roles in the Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, as coordinator of PhD committee, laboratory committee, budget and purchase committee, member of academic advisory committee, admission committee, examination committee, etc. Dr. Dipali Gadkari Madam has played a key role in getting established soil laboratory in the department as well as in upgrading the softwares for GIS laboratory. Thank you so much, Dr. Dipali Madam, for accepting the invitation to give welcome address on this session. And the most junior geographer of the session, Dr. Samruddhi Chavan, would be giving vote of thanks. I would like to say she is my daughter, another young geographer, and expect many more things from her. She is at present assistant professor at ICL Zundunwala, Motilal Zundunwala College, Navi Mumbai, Vashe. And she also has a very vibrant career, always standing throughout first class first at BA, MA Geography and pursued her MPhil in Environmental Science through ICMU Nashik and PhD from Department of Geography, University of Mumbai in the Tourism of Mumbai Metropolitan Region under the guidance of Honorable Dr. B.B. Subramanian. Thank you, Samruddhi, for accepting our invitation to propose vote of thanks of the session. Once again, thanks to one and all the dignitaries and galaxies of geographers present here, and with due permission of the President of our session, Dr. Balasaheb Gopne sir, may I invite Professor Pednekar sir to please deliver his lecture on Sitamarhi.
Thank you, madam. Respected Professor Bhalasaheb Gopne sir, convener Savitrita Madam, chief guest Safdar Ali Shiraji sir from Pakistan, and many dignitaries like Dr. Padke sir, Shinde sir, Thakur sir, Ashok Kumar sir, and many respective dignitaries from different parts of India and world. So I'm really indeed blessed to have this opportunity to tell about my teacher, Dr. K. Sita. Thank you very much. May I start, sir? Uh, Thank you. So I'm indeed feel very honored to have invited to speak a few words about my PhD guide, Dr. Kashibatla Sita, who was a gem of teaching fraternity in the city of Greater Mumbai. Dr. K. Sita was born in 1931 in the village of Kashibatla in Andhra Pradesh. She completed her BSc honors in geography from University of Madras in 1951 and then earned MSc degree from Andhra University within 2 years. She was recipient of Fulbright scholarship and went to Kansas City University and to get her MSc by research. After returning from Kansas, she settled in Mumbai and joined St. Xavier's College in the late 1950s and was teaching there up to 1963. While teaching in geography teaching in the college at undergraduate level, she was visiting faculty and engaged PG lectures at Parle College, now it is known as Sate College, which was the only center of PG teaching in geography at that time. On giving birth to her two sons, she took a break from academics for 5 years between 1963 to 1968 to bring up her sons, and again she became active academically to teach in various colleges in Mumbai. She took up teaching in Somaya College at Vidyavihar, then shifted to SIS College at Sion, then to Ruia, and finally settled in Poddar College of Commerce at Matunga. Being a commerce teacher college, she was not very happy there and was looking for position that could help her to make her best use of her education. The opportunity came when the Department of Geography was established in the University of Mumbai in the year 1969 under the stewardship of Dr. C.D. Deshpande as its founder head. He was instrumental he was instrumental in creating two posts, reader and lecturer. While Professor Arunachalam, who was teaching in Parla College at PG level, was selected for the post of reader in 1971, Dr. Sita was selected for that of the post of lecturer in 1973. After joining the department, she completed her doctoral research on towns of South Konkan under the guidance and supervision of Professor C.D. Deshpande. Dr. K. Sita was born researcher and added a considerable strength to the research wing of the Department of Geography, University of Bombay. After completion of her thesis, she was selected as a reader in 1971 and continued to be the faculty there till her retirement on superannuation in the year 1991. Our beloved teacher, Dr. Kashi Butler Sita, popularly known as Dr. K. Sita, was very sincere and affectionate. She was like our mother, understanding our nature thoroughly and giving positive support in the areas of our weakness so that each one of us could achieve his or her goal and get a grand success in his or her life. She used to imbibe on the minds of the students four conditions of success. First is the hard work. It is like ant, so we should do continuous hard work. Second is constant efforts. So daily progress, like honeybee, is very important. Third one is the faith on self, that is self confidence. and faith in guide or mentor like cub or lion, and no disappointment or never think of returning back on the path once undertaken. So, like a wise person. So, these four guidelines help many of the students, including me. In 1970 to 80, taking up research was not very easy, certainly not as it is today. Calculators and typing machines were the only aids for the analysis of data and preparing reports, respectively. All the work was done manually. Preparation of maps was very laborious and time consuming job. Modes of transportation and communication facilities were not advanced. Most of our students were elderly, having family responsibilities and a job. Hence, completing research was really very difficult for them. Dr. Sita was not only the ray of hope in such a frustrating and difficult situation, her presence, her encouraging smile, and confidence seen in her eyes help researchers to overcome their problems and frustrations. Dr. K. Sita was very affectionate teacher, taking care of her students like her own children. She had a very balanced personality, probably due to very affectionate husband and two very intelligent, obedient, smart children. Hence, she could maintain a balance between her teaching and research at the Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, and taking care of her family life at home. Dr. K. Sita was an excellent teacher. She planned every lecture meticulously, and so students had no difficulty in following her. She used diagrams, maps, statistical tables while giving explanation, and so her lecture was very effective and interesting. She was always approachable and entertained questions from the student. Students like her most. She was very cordial among the faculty and had many friends even outside the department. Dr. K. Sita guided over 30 MA MSc researchers and 8 MPhil students in their dissertations. She successfully guided 7 students for PhD degree. Dr. K. Sita contributed more than 100 research papers in various national and international journals in geography and related to social science and other disciplines. Dr. K. Sita worked for her postdoctoral research at Rutgers University in 1984 when she undertook small project with Professor John E. Brush on factorial ecology of Bombay. Dr. K. Sita completed 3 research projects. The first one was a declining city core of an Indian metropolis, a case study of Bombay, which was financed by UGC. Second one was Koina Catchment, an environmental perspective, was financed by Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India. And third one was Coast of the Indian City, which was financed by UGC. On her retirement, Dr. K. Sita worked as ICSSR Research Fellow for 3 years, attached to the International Institute of Population Studies, Devnar, Mumbai, where she completed projects on investment pattern in the districts of Maharashtra. On completion of her above assignment, Dr. K. Sita was invited to join TISS as Tata Chair Professor for a short time and continued her research and guidance. Even after that, she helped several students at personal level. Many students have taken inspiration from her to complete their PhD degree. Researchers all over India and abroad talk very highly about the quality of her research work. Basically, she had spiritual bend of mind and hence could remain alone in her house even after her husband's demise. Dr. Venkateshwarlu and Dr. K. Sita were the perfect couple like two poles of magnet which cannot be separated. Dr. Venkateshwarlu was senior scientist at Bhabha Atomic Research Center, that is BRC. When we visited her home at Vashi Beach Resort, a beautiful row house, we were mesmerized when we listened their conversation. They had great respect for each other. Each one of them was eager to help other and solve their problems. She liked visitors, and after she stopped traveling over long distances, called her students and former colleagues to visit her at Vashi, Navi Mumbai. Although there were other talks of sweet memories, the main focus used to be on academics. She used to share several of her experiences with them. Unfortunately, the final stage of her life was very painful because of the fall when she got her hand badly fractured. The last day of her in Vashi was sometime in June 2012, after which, due to physical difficulties, she was taken by her young son Vijay to London. Even after that, Madam was very much connected with her students and colleagues on email. She was with her beloved and caring family when she breathed last on 16 December 2017 for permanently living in heavenly abode. Om Shanti. May her soul rest in peace. So, friends, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I also thank Dr. K. Sita was my teacher, Dr. Parkesar is my teacher, and Dr. Savitmita was my student. So for me, this is a golden moment in my life. So I thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Dr. Pednekar, sir. You have taken me once again to all the memories down the lane that even I cherished with our beloved Guru Mata, Dr. K. Sita Madam. Thank you so much for exhaustive and detailed scenario of the entire journey of Dr. K. Sita Madam. Thank you so much. With permission from the President, Dr. Gupni sir, may I
Yeah.
invite for the feedbacks from the distinguished guest invited on this platform? Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I now invite Professor Ashok Kumar Lonawat, sir, to please give a brief remarks on this platform of today's episode. Professor Ashok Kumar, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the invitation and also giving me opportunity to join this uh, a well organized and prestigious program since years. First of all, I thank the founders and makers of Modern Geography of India by Institute for Environment Research and Rural Development, Patna, Bihar. I'm really thankful to founders and makers of Modern Geography of India uh, for their continuous efforts to bring out the legendary work done by great geographers across India. And especially thanks to Professor D.P. Singh sir and his entire team for their innovative, uh, innovative thought, not only to bring out the work, great work done by the senior geographer, but also for connecting the present and future. Sorry, for connecting present and future geographers across India through this program. And to talk about Dr. K. Sita, see, I'm not much uh, aware as she was a very senior geographer. Uh, and by the time I have come into the service in as an assistant professor in Department of Geography, Usmania City. I think by that time she has already retired. But through when I have Googled about her contribution, and when I have discussed with my senior teachers about her contribution, I just came to know that there was a very great work done by Dr. K. Sita. And first, in fact, I am very happy to know that Dr. Sita hails from Andhra Pradesh. That was my native state, and she pursued her BSc honors in geography from University of Madras. Uh, the then Andhra Pradesh was part of Madras state during when she has done her BSc degree. Andhra Pradesh was part of Madras state, and it was a great pleasure to know that Madam Sita pursued her post graduation from Kansas State University and continued in teaching field after returning to India by working in various colleges in Mumbai. And Dr. Sita Madam has given for a given break for her teaching from 1963 to 68 just to bring out her two children shows that her dedication about her responsibility not only for academics but also for her family. So, Madam, after joining in the University of Mumbai as assistant professor, Madam has concentrated on research, especially on sounds on South Konkan. Also, happy to know that Madam strongly believes in hard work, consistent efforts, faith in self, and no disappointment, and never think of returning back on the path once she undertakes any work. So, during those days, when there was no advancement of technology and when the technology was not available, she was very helpful to the scholars for preparation of maps and analysis of data and preparation of reports. And she has done in this way, she has done justice to the research field as well as teaching field in the Department of Geography, Mumbai University. So she has got a great contribution to the Department of Geography, Mumbai University in specific. And having guided 30 MA and MSc students and 8 MPhil students uh, and 7 PhD students and contributing more than 100 research papers in various national and international journals and taking up three major research project and working as a uh, chair in Tata Institute shows her dedication towards research field in geography. So this is a very great opportunity for me to speak about these great legendary personalities in geography uh, across India. I have been participating in a few other programs also conducted by the founders and makers of geography in India, and uh, this type of continuous efforts by Institute of Environment and Rural Development Partner will really helpful the young geographers across the India to know the great work done by these great personalities to carry forward their thoughts and ideas in development of geography in India. I feel it is a great opportunity and the opportunity for me to speak about Dr. K. Sita on this occasion, and I am thankful for giving this opportunity for me to the organizers. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashok Kumar sir, for your warm words on this platform. I now invite Professor Dr. Shivram Thakur sir, Principal of S.K. Patil Sindhudur College, to say a few words. Dr. Thakur sir, please. Thakur sir, are you there?
I
Probably
think
due
he
to
left for a moment.
local region, yeah, due to network. If he joins later on, we can invite him.
Yeah.
I now invite Professor Sambhaji Shinde sir to please say a few words. I think Shinde sir is also not able to join. I now invite Professor Roli Kanchan madam to please say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great privilege for me to be a part of this forum. And in fact, I'm also, although I'm quite elderly now, but still, I also do not know many of the legends, geographers who have made this world of geography come so true, and geography has become an integral part of the university system of India. So it's a great work which is done by Professor Devendra Prasad ji and his team, and this effort is continuing and it is reaching to half a century. And I I myself am very grateful to be a part of it, and I congratulate everyone. And in fact, it's just my humble wish if the young geographers, if they can be more actively participating, then it would be a better deal, because many of us do not know the elderlies. We do not know. So the next generation who would be of geographers who are coming, they would be, for them it would be a blank point. So if more younger geographers are connected to this forum, then Devendra Prasadji, this forum would be much more better working. So on my from my side, this is enough. And thank you, madam. You can continue with your proceedings further.
Thank you so much, Dr. Roli Kanchan madam. Very rightly, you have said that we need to have more of young geographers joining this session. Now I would like to invite our distinguished guest, Professor Dr. Vinayak Phadke sir, to say a few words. Sir, please.
Thank you, madam. I first congratulate Professor Devendra Singh for arranging this type of series to introduce the founders in various universities. Otherwise, we would not have come to know about their work. This is the opportunity, and therefore I congratulate you for doing this. Now, I am very happy today for inviting me to say a few words about Madam Sita because she is my guide. I was not so fortunate to. I think there is a lot of disturbance.
Somebody has
Pednekar sir, तुमचा mic mute करा ना
Pednekar
please.
ji, please mute yourself. Yes, thank you.
please mute it.
Okay,
Yeah.
was not so
Continue, sir.
fortunate to be her student at MA level because in those days there was no university department and Sathe College was mainly instrumental in conducting that course. At that time it was Parla College and I was studying in Parle College. She used to come there to teach postgraduate students, but unfortunately, when I was the student during the period 1966-68, she had the academic leave to bring up her children, and therefore I could not avail of the opportunity of her teaching. But I heard her on many other platforms, and I could also gather how lucid her lectures would have been because she was very articulate. Lectures were illustrating, and that gave a complete summary of what she wanted to say. And therefore, all those who used to be present for the lectures would definitely get some important material at the end of the lecture. Now, I was fortunate in being her first PhD student. Now, I joined the University Department of Geography in March 1979. And at that time, she had just completed her PhD. Now, her PhD was on South Konkan, towns of South Konkan. Another important project on South Kolaba was also completed by Professor C.D. Deshpande and others. And these two projects were mainly related to areas far out from Bombay. And they were related to migrants to Bombay. Now, what she thought, as a complementary to this, we should work something where we go out from Bombay and see what is the spread and what is the influence of Bombay in the metropolitan region and even beyond. And that is how, even before registration for PhD, because at that time I was not decided with whom to register, we started some work on Bombay metropolitan region. Now, as Professor Pednekar has pointed out, at that time there were no computational aids. Bombay metropolitan region had 1120 settlements for which we have computed the data using calculator. There was no computer, and therefore we have written down all the figures using indicators. So we have chosen to start with 4 indicators, that is density of population, then sex ratio, and 2 others, including the percentage of non-agricultural workers and percentage of workers in other states. So 1120 into 4, all these we have computed. First, we have written down the data by bringing the census from the library, then calculated different indicators from that, and then mapped in these 1120 settlements. Now, that work was initiated even before I formally registered. Now, when I joined the university department, my main aim was to continue in the research more along with teaching. Because when I was working in Kirti College, although I had established a new center in that college at the undergraduate level, I was feeling saturated by teaching the undergraduate students. Moreover, there were many employed students, and I had to spend a lot of time with them, and my research was not going ahead. Therefore, I left that institute and joined the university department when the opportunity came. And when the opportunity came, I found that I did a good job in switching over from a college department to the university department for 3 reasons. One was there were no batches, and every time you go to a class, you go with a new subject. And in those days, when only 3 of us were there, we have handled many topics and many subjects, many branches in geomorphology or climatology or quantitative geography or regional planning. Now, that is a good experience in a way, instead of super specializing in one activity. The second thing was the research. And Madam used to say that when you are in research, research and teaching are complementary. Because when you are doing something, same thing you can take it to the students who will be the researchers in the next generation. Your teaching is enriched when you complement your research with teaching. Third important benefit was the vast library of the university, which is considerably wider than a college department, with so many journals, not only from India but also from abroad, which are stocked in the university, and you can go anytime whenever you are free, take up the journal, read, and if necessary, some xeroxing was available, you take it. So I was very happy to have shifted from college department to the university. Now, after joining, I was in two minds whether to register with Professor Arunachalam, who was my first teacher in geography in Sathe College, or to register with Madam Sita, who had the PhD at that time. Now, it so happened, fortunately for me, that finally I landed with Madam Sita, and she was my supervisor. Now, as a supervisor, she was very cooperative. And whenever you go, she never said she doesn't have time. She has also worked with me, and in the initial stages, we had written some joint papers because immediately after I joined in 1979, Nagi was to hold a conference in December 1979, and we decided to go there and present papers. We prepared two papers. One was on Bombay metropolitan region and the other was on declining city of India. We were there for 4 days of the conference, and apart from our own papers, we used to sit in the other sessions also, where she would point out the mistakes which are committed by other presenters. Now, mistakes used to be of various types. Some used to only read the papers without aids. Other mistakes were in the form of very small presentation material which could not be read from the distance. Third thing was shabby material which is used for presentation. So she used to sit with me and point out. And she used to say that these mistakes which we should avoid in future. Immediately after that, I had to go to Hyderabad, Osmania University for presentation of another paper. Now that data we took along with us, and during the journey, in which 9 hours we spent during the daytime, we have prepared some maps because the data was ready. We have mapped. We were traveling in AC compartment, we could easily read it. So like that, she was very cooperative, and because of that, I could complete my PhD in about 3.5 years. Without her cooperation and without her help, I find it difficult to complete the PhD at such a fast rate when you are also working at the same time. So I was very happy, and after completion of my work, she has been a guide and supervisor even in the research projects which we have jointly undertaken. One was on city core of a metropolis, the case study of Bombay. Other was on Koyna catchment, environmental perspective. And because I completed these projects along with her, I could take up later the research project on Maharashtra. Now, again, because of her, She told me that whenever you guide MA dissertation, your aim should be to bring out at least one publication out of that. Now, that should be the quality of MA dissertation. Now, I followed her, and I am happy to say that many of my MA students have also presented the papers in various conferences and also got them published in reputed journals. MPhil was introduced in our university in 1983-84. We used to admit 8 students for MPhil because there were 4 guides, including Professor Arunachalam, Madam Sita, myself, and Dr. Swapna Banerjee Guha. So, 2 students we used to get every year for guiding dissertations. Now, there also, she has helped me a lot. And after that, of course, she left at that time. She retired from the department. She used to continue report papers because she used to visit the department also when she was the president of the Bombay Geographical Association. My interaction with her started
दादा
on a very
किताब
small.
निकाल लीजिए, वो हमारा पूरा मुझ काट रहा है, उसकी किताब ले आइए। आप किताब ले आइए, मांग रहा है वहाँ पर, किताब ले आइए, यहाँ अभी तुरंत ले आइए, साफ कर दीजिए।
Shall I continue?
Sir, continue, sir, please.
It was a small project on a map book for Bombay Geographical Association, which was to be used by first year students of geography. Now, that was my first interaction. Then, after the interaction widened, we have prepared one paper also before joining the university, and therefore I knew how I will be benefited by registering with her, and that was the choice for me. Now, she was very soft spoken. As a research student, my experience is she has never scolded me. If I could not do some work for about 15-20 days, she would say, Padke, the work is not progressing and therefore you should do something. And that would indicate that I have stopped research. Of course, that is because of the load of teaching in the department. And that is how
Dr. Chaudhary sir, will you please unmute yourself?
Okay. So she used to encourage at all the levels. She also used to encourage writing papers because she said contributions in the form of research should reach the other members of the fraternity. And therefore, you should not only write the papers, not only present the papers in the conferences, but we should also get them published. And it is because of her guidance and her encouragement, I could have so many papers presented and also published in various journals, not only from geography, but also from other social sciences. This is how she has been very kind to students both at MA level and also at MPhil and PhD level. And I would say that she has provided a very strong research base to the Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, because of which many researchers have done their MPhils and PhDs in the department. We used to meet her at Vashi House even after her retirement, and the last we met was sometime in 2012, after which she had a fracture because she had to leave Vashi home and she shifted to London to stay with her younger son. But even after that, the communication was on by way of mail, and that is how the interaction continued. Unfortunately, she passed away on 16 December 1917. I only say, therefore, that she must be happy there because she has been guided by the divine light which all of us have sent to her on knowing that she is no more. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Phadke sir. We really had today one more speaker on Sita madam, giving all the insights as you were very closely associated with her for a very long time, which we too have experienced. She was our guiding light all throughout our journey and a great soul of inspiration and motivation. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, distinguished guest on the platform. I now invite Professor Devendra Nayak, sir, to please say a few words.
Thank you, madam, and all the galaxy of very eminent senior geographers present in this meeting, and all those who have also spoken on Professor K. Sita, and those who are listening. Uh, I know it's extremely difficult on my part really to comment anything about Professor K. Sita because I don't know her personally. I never met her or heard her. But I have certainly learned a lot from the discussion today and the presentation today, which gives me a very uh, clear idea about the person and her work at a time when geography was not so very well developed and there were very little opportunities available to the people who are looking after the state of geography, and she is one of those very few who must have had faced difficulties, but she has within the constraints that she had, she has been one of the founders. She has been one of the makers of geography uh, uh, in those days of um, uh, when the status of geography was not as developed as it is today. So one can understand those days, early days of geography's development, particularly in Bombay University, which was not so very well known to many. And I'm fortunate to listen to the brilliant contribution that she made uh, and I was also looking at her contributions from Google, as another participant told a few minutes ago. And I see the kind of diversity in her writing, the kind of concern that she had about the urban space, and certainly making a foundation for the next generation of geographers to follow her. And I would be much happier if we have a much more critical analysis of what work she has done. All other things are well known, and we all know that those teachers of those years were so very nice. They were certainly looking after the interest of the students, their own students, and their family. All these are exceedingly important, and they speak volumes about the person's personality and their caring attitude. But more importantly, if we can have a critical analysis of the kind of work that she has produced, and I see quite a few very, very eminent works, very, very challenging works that she has taken up. And if there is a possibility of getting those compiled, getting them at one place, and then finding out the line of thought that she had, line of the kind of approach that she was following, and the kind of uh, uh, inspiration that she was providing through her writings. That would be a great contribution if her students or the new generation can look at those works and complete and give us a complete idea about the kind of work that she has contributed, and how it has benefited the next generation. That kind of a work would be certainly more welcome. And I expect that through this forum, I can appeal that some eminent geographers who can take up this kind of a work, that would be really beneficial for many of us who do not know her. We should know her through her work, through her writings, and the diversity of work that she has taken up with a focus in urban areas. That something which I could only get by looking at the Google articles that she had written, but only a few I could read, and I found how brilliantly she was doing the work. I'm fortunate that today I'm listening about her and knowing more about her, and my interest is only rising, increasing to read more about her. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thank you, Dr. Singh, who has organized this very well. Um, this forum, which has given us an opportunity to know about unsung heroes of geography of the past year. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Devendra sir, for your apt remarks. Definitely, your suggestions will be uh, taken into consideration, and we all will work as a team to fulfill it. Thank you so much for joining us as distinguished guest on the platform. I now invite our chief guest of the session, Dr. Sabdar Siraji sir, to please give a brief comments. Dr. Siraji sir.
Thank you very much, Professor Johan, and all my colleagues who are present here on today's 46th episode of the Making of Modern Geography in India. It is always commendable whenever I attend this seminar series. I always come across new dimensions of geography in India and how the Indian geographers have contributed a lot, not only as part of the subcontinent, but at international level, they have contributed a lot. So today's lecture was also very informative, and I have come across about the late Professor Sita ji, her contribution in geography and her dedication towards the development of geography in India, particularly at Mumbai, University of Mumbai. Now, my all worthy colleagues are here, and I would like to congratulate all of on landing on moon. Actually, this is one thing I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the fraternity of geographers in India for a very successful landing on moon. So we are equally happy across borders. We are proud of our Indian neighbors who have done so good, and they are at par with international powers like US and US, USSR, Russia, and all that. So this is an equal opportunity for both nations to work together for the development of scientific discipline in subcontinent. And the way I have said, I always admire the efforts of Professor uh, Dharmendra Prasad Singh Sahab. He is joining the geographers from the whole subcontinent, not only from Pakistan, but also from the other parts of subcontinent. And I pray he should be continue to do this effort, and we keep on meeting to each other, not only via this this online meetings, but also in person as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Siraji sir. for your well remarks, and definitely we will all work together to be once again united together. Thank you so much. With President Sir's permission, I would just like to invite Krishnamurthy Sir, who was very closely associated with Madam, to say few words in a minute or so. Dr. Krishnamurthy Sir, please.
Uh, Thank you, madam. Uh, Professor Pednekar has already given vivid description of the contribution of Mrs. Sita. My memory goes back to 1969 when I joined the Department of Geography at Parla College. During 69-71, I did my post-graduation, and Professor Mrs. Sita was teaching climatology to us. And especially when she was teaching the concept of air mass and fronts, uh, though I was a newcomer, certain concepts were not very clear. Stability of air mass, stable air mass, unstable air mass, conditional stability, unconditional stability, and all that. But she was a very good lecturer. She was a good, very good teacher, and very soft spoken, as Professor Phadke has informed. And I shared my room. I shared the room of Mrs. Sita for 4 years, nearly. Uh, my association with Mrs. Sita as teacher uh, for 6 years, 1969 to 75. I was in the department. Only in 71 summer, the department was shifted to Kalina campus, and she had really tough time managing her domestic front and also the departmental teaching and research. Sometimes she used to go very late to her residence in the evening. And once I remember, her husband was so annoyed, so annoyed, and because those days Vidyanagari campus used to have the snakes, and he almost physically visited the department in the evening hours. So, but the three eminent geographers, Professor Deshpande, Professor Arunachalam, and Mrs. Sita, really strived hard to develop the department in the initial stage. Those were the three pillars of the department in the initial period. Later on, Professor Phadke and others joined, but my association with Mrs. Sita was really excellent, very soft spoken, very nice teacher, very good teacher. And later on, of course, I had some contacts with her. But her contribution in the field of urban geography and population geography is very excellent. I wish the departed soul in peace. Om Shanti. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kulkarni sir, so much. Definitely, what you said is very true. It was a triangle, with
Yes.
Dr. Siri Deshpande sir at the apex, and
Yes,
Sita
yes.
Madam and Arunachalam sir as the base. But of
Excellent.
course, this triangle was formed by Principal C.B. Joshi sir, who
Yes.
strengthened the geography in the region. Very true, very rightly said. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Thank
sir. Now, the most awaited and the most awesome remarks from our president, Dr. Balasaheb Gokne sir. Sir, please give your presidential
Yes,
remarks. Thank you, sir.
yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Uh, Good evening to one and all. Today's chief speaker, I may say speakers, we have had both speakers, Honorable Principal Hemant Pednekar, and another one we have Professor V.S. Phadke. And today's chief guest, Professor Siraji, a guest of honors Professor Devendra Naik, Professor V.S. Phadke, Professor Srimati Rulli Kanchan, Professor S.D. Shinde, Principal S. Thakur, Professor Lonavar. The convener of this episode, respected Professor Savitsmita Chauhan, she not only joined, not only hold the responsibility alone, but she has accompanied with all her family members. That Samruddhi is also there, and the inspiration behind this episode, Honorable Professor Devendra Singh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 42nd episode of founders and makers of modern geography in India, which is on a very legendary personality, late Professor K. Sita. First of all, I would like convener of this session for having me given me chance to work as an president. I am very much thankful to Savismita Chauhan and the other members of organizing committee. I would like to pay my deep tribute to late Honorable K. Sita, on which this episode has been organized. I have a very much warm feelings and memories with Professor K. Sita, which I would like to share with you when I was pursuing my PhD research at the Department of Geography, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, 1980, under the supervision of late Dr. M.D. Tavde, who happens to be a student of C.D. Deshpande. And I had been to Kalina campus for a symposium. I remember that Professor Sita has organized one on urban geography, probably in 1979-80, where I participated, and it was my first attempt to present my research paper. I was so blessed by having such a motherly hospitalization from Kesita. Thereafter, I remember Professor B. Arunachalam with Professor Kesita used to visit at Kolhapur for excursion frequently with their PG students, and I took this opportunity to meet them. By this, the warm blessings are with me. After that, when I have completed my PhD and I have joined my duties at Karad, in the official area of Koina Dam, and fortunately, Professor K. Sita and Professor V.S. Phadke sir work on a research project on this area, and I have got opportunity to accompany with them a couple of times field work. Coming to today's session, the theme founders of modern makers of and modern geography in India is very much inspiring study. Coming to this legacy of geography, it is popularly said that ये ना पूछो कहाँ है तुम, ये जरूर सोचो कहाँ से शुरुआत हुई. So we are very much blessed by the long and deep devoted and dedication of a number of eminent personalities in the field of geography in India since independence or before independence too. Of them are Professor Munish Raza, Professor Manzoor Alam, Professor Ashok Chakraborty, Professor Chandana, Professor L.S. Bhatt, Professor P.S. Tiwari, Professor N.B.K. Reddy, Professor Gananathan, Professor Mohammad Shafi, Devendra Pratap Singh, and so on at the platform of national and international level. At the same time, Professor Deshpande, Professor B. Arnachalam, Professor K. Sita, Professor K. R. Dikshit, Professor Kolte from Nagpur, Professor Amrute from Sathe College, and so many these legendary persons. And today, all the dignitaries which have joined uh, this episode, they are also much more contributed in the development of geography. To remembering the work done by our founder geographer is not only to pay and to appreciate their work, but to learn which are the fields on which we have to focus in future. Recently, as a Professor Siraji has rightly stated that very proudful moment is happened as our Indian space scientists and researchers sent Vikram lander Chandrayaan 3 very successfully. Our zone is universe, space, and the solar system. We first studied fundamental geography and expanded it in the human base to study of universe and make it understandable to all sciences has also great job which has been done by our ancestors. Geographers has made geography so easy to learn and to literate common man. I am very much thankful particularly for his feelings about K. Sita. She was so generous and dedicated teacher who have uh, grown up under C.D. Deshpande and B. Arnachalam. I really experienced her motherhood during is Pednekar's lecture. I'm also thankful to Professor Lonawat, Professor Ruli Kanchan, Professor V.S. Padke, Professor Devendra Naik sir, Professor Sabdar Siraji, and having contributed a few words about the geography as well as Professor K. Sita. Lastly, I would like to thanks to Gadkari ma'am who has shouldered the welcome speech and last but not least, I should thanks to Samruddhi also who is holding the responsibility of next generation. Last Uh, I wish you all senior citizens a very healthy and peaceful life. And uh, finally, I again thanks to organizing committee and particularly also having given me chance to work as an president. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gofne sir, for your holistic presidential remark. Your journey with Sita Madam, Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, as well as your well-marked feedback on the founders and makers of modern geography in India of this platform and covering almost each and everything. Thank you so much for blessing us by your auspicious presence as president of the session. I would also like to say one more thing that I'm really blessed that Dr. Devendra Singh sir has really given me a very free hand and has helped me to facilitate, to invite as many as geographers from different corners of our country on this platform. And he has always given permission and approved whatever we are having on this as a team. Thank you so much, Devendra Singh sir, for giving me this opportunity. Um, we have Principal Dr. Lakshmi Vyas Madam from London. Madam, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, Savita ji, thank you for, very much for noticing me and allowing me to say a few words. I can see a lot of my predecessors. I can see Kulkarni Sahib, Phadke sir, Pednekar, and so many others, who have all been with me right from the beginning. So, I mean, memorable experience. And talking about Madam Sita, she was like she was a friend come teacher to me. We used to go to her house, have meals, and enjoy several emotions with her. So unfortunately, I could not be her student for a very long time, because I passed out in 1973, which was, that's when we are actually shifted to the campus from Parla College. So mm, mm, probably some lectures of climatology, I remember Madam Sita talking to us, the air masses and all those things, which is still, it is instilled in my mind, that it doesn't get out of it. So strong her vibes, and her teachings were fantastic teachings she used to give. I mean, and more than anything, she was a very, very pious person. I mean, very respectful, very friendly, and I've never seen her getting angry. It was so, after my retirement, I moved to London, and I know that Madam Sita also had moved to London, but there was no way that I could get in contact with her, because she was staying outside London. So we tried all kinds of phones, everything, but just couldn't contact her. It's only 2 years ago I tried to get in touch with her daughter, and then we met and we talked to each other. And that's when, okay, I thought I fulfilled whatever dreams or whatever necessity that I had to convene to Madam Sita. And once again, I would say that she is unforgettable. She is always instilled in my mind, and her motherly feelings, like what Pednekar said, that will never get out of me. She will be always, staying in my mind as long as I live. With these few words, I once again pray that her soul rests in peace and everything nice happens to her. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi Madam. Really, Madam has gone physically only from us, but her soul is always there with us, blessing. Thank you so much. We also have Umesh Kumar Mandal sir from Nepal. Thank you, sir, for joining. Would you say a few words on this occasion?
May I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, this is the 42 episode of the online lecture series on founders and makers of modern geography in India, organized by Institute for Environmental Research and Rural Development, Patna, Bihar. So, this talk is basically devoted to late Professor K. Sita. So, as a part of Nepal, we have not much reading or knowledge about her, but through this platform, I came to know her contribution to develop geography in India and beyond India also. So from the two speakers, Phadke, and then we have the Pandeke sir. So both speakers are nicely presented her personal activities, personal teaching quality, behavior to the students, as a friendly, as a motherly, as a member of the family. So she was very, very contributable person in terms of the geography development and India in many respect. So in this platform, I would like to respect all dignitaries participated in this 42 episode of the online series. President, convener, chief guest, speaker, welcome address, and distinguished guests and guest of honors and vote of thanks. And the last but not the least, as a pillar of this organization, as a pillar of this platform, is Professor Devendra Prasad Singh and his team members, so that we can see each other, we can share the knowledge of the development of geography in India and beyond the SAARC countries. So I would like to thank organizer Professor Devendra Prasad Singh because of his contribution. We are linking together for the development of the discipline and so on. So at this moment, I would like to thank all the scientists of the ISRO who involved and making India as the first country of the world to launch the satellite in the south pole of moon. So this is a great happiness day today we have, as a it is also a part of space science and technology through which we are as human beings that make the success of the launching Chandrayaan 3 on the south pole of the moon. This is the great happiness for the geography, space science technology, and the development, because we also got the knowledge of the space science and technology from the CSST AP. At that time, it was located in Hyderabad, in Dehradun, and we also visited ISRO as a 1 month education tour. And there we saw the satellite launching and Earth station and making the chips in the satellite, all these things. So it was a great mission, Mars Moon mission of the India Space Technology Program. So today or few days ago, we achieved this one. So it is a great happiest day for the geographers that we have on the moon. And now we can study the moon surface, moon minerals, and if life is possible or not. So this is the very, very good and happiest day. So at last but the not least, so this is our the continuous online episode, and it is contributed by much of Professor Devendra Prasad Singh. So I would like to thank all the distinguished geographers, because we are the a bridge between the geography of the senior and geography of the juniors. So from the K. Sita, she was a pathfinder to us to instruct, to educate, to see the geography, to make the geography for the humankind. So she was the one of our pathfinders. And at last, I would like to thank all the participants and Professor, late Professor K. Sita. Her soul will be rest and calm in the heaven. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Umesh sir, for your appreciation, motivation, and constant support to these episodes. With due permission from the President Gokhale sir, I would just like to have 4 more feedbacks of very senior persons joining here. First, Professor Sri Kumar sir, followed by Dr. Dipti Mukherjee madam, then Qureshi sir, and Rana Pratap sir for a minute each from each one of them. Dr. Sri Kumar sir, please.
Yeah, good evening, and thank you, Professor Sabismita, to give me this opportunity. In fact, I met Professor Shita once. With Bombay University, I have a little bit connection. I met Professor C.D. Deshpande. I have interaction Professor Urunachalam, Professor K. Shita, then of course Sapna Go Banerjee, and a couple of more faculty members. What I'm to say today is, we have in the different departments whose name outside the department and may not be so popular, but they have contributed immensely for developing the department. And that's the strength of the department. It actually helps the students who comes in the department. They get help from these professors who are not very much outstanding in the other ways, but as a teacher, as a researcher, they contribute and they build the next generation. So it's very important to really remember and look into their work from the lens of today. In the early years, how they are contributing and what we can learn from them. And Professor Devenduji, thank you very much once again to make this platform that where we can learn and exchange ideas about our senior geographers, who are the founders and makers of geography in India. And the third thing is, as you all know, and you are actually mentioning, I'm very happy that a couple of professors mentioned about our landing, a soft landing on moon. Those who have participated in a IIG seminar in Trivandrum in 2012, in fact, after the first, when first we identified there's a water in moon, we arranged in our Center for Earth Science as a lecture for the geographers. That, what are all the nitty-gritty, where the director of the space physics from the ISRO, he visited us and given a lecture in the evening to really apprise what is really happening. And that is a very great thing for all of us Indians and such geographers. So definitely it's a very proud moment for Indians. And I really can think of it when Professor like Shita, who like to really go beyond the academic field and try to really look forward. Suppose they are in today and what is their interaction, reaction. Definitely could be very encouraging. As today we know, almost all geography departments in India, they use the satellite images, they use GIS, and they have moved in that direction. So it's a new addition, like really to look into what is happening in the moon surface. And as we know that some parts of in India, in particular in Maharashtra, we have a type of soil which has a similarity with the soils in moon. In fact, when they were making the experiments, that when the soft landing has to take place, they were actually looking into that type of soil and really what really happened, once what will be the reaction when the first soft landing takes place. And those who have watched the TV could have seen that a lot of dust came out. And as the gravity pull is 1/6 of the world of our Earth, so those calculations came into the sort of process. We are happy that we have a couple of geographers also work in ISRO, particularly in RSC, and they were and also in Space Application Center, and they're taking part. Geography has traveled along in India, and then in this travel, in this journey, the contribution of people like Professor Shita is extremely important to remember. So I join all of you to, in fact, to sort of pay our homage, and not only that, to appreciate and also to recollect the path that she has actually started for the students to take forward. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sri Kumar sir, for enlightening us on these aspects. Probably Dipti Mukherjee madam has left. Qureshi sir, would you like to say something in a minute, please? Because we have to wind the session. But before that, I think Gofne sir has raised the hand. Sir, you want to say something?
I have not raised the hand. You just continue, ma'am.
Okay,
Because,
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Qureshi sir, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Jawan, and salam to all my elders here and everyone. And I'm grateful that I'm getting an opportunity to speak a few words only uh, in the respect and memory of Professor K. Sita. In fact, I have a very small but pleasant memory about Professor Sita. And looking into the photograph of on display, I could say, yes, she is entirely the same soul in person, always so pleasant looking and so pleasing. One important thing I can recall, and confidently so, and that is whenever we looked at Professor K. Sita, she was always so smiling and easing out our fears and apprehensions about saying anything. And that was a great encouragement to the youngsters like me, who was sometimes able to share my feelings and my ideas, a little one of it, in the Board of Studies in the Department of Geography at Bombay University. One thing more I would like to, in fact, I'm so happy to see Professor Vinayak Phadke Sahab also. We used to meet together there in the meetings. And there was one more gentleman, Dr. Avinash Pandit Sahab, who left for Orient Longmans and joined there. But there was his book on physical geography, which we used to benefit from. So the Department of Geography, even though I had a tangential touch with the Department of Geography at Kalina campus, but is still a remarkable department who produce so illustrious geographers everyone is talking about. Thank you, please.
Thank you so much, Qureshi sir. I would now invite Rana Pratap sir to say a few words. Sir is always associated
Oh,
with us for all the episodes. His blessings are always there to make this successful. Rana Pratap sir, please.
uh, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, most respected chairman of the day, the convener, Madam Susita, other friends, and actually today we have devoted to a very devoted geographer of the country, Professor K. Sita from Mumbai. I am very much, I find myself very much fortunate to know detail about Madam Sita. Her contributions I have taken very back and I have referred in my research articles time and again. But I was not knowing in details about her. So today I am fortunate that the two speakers they have nicely delivered the life contributions and achievements of Professor K. Sita. That is very much appreciable, and I thank for them. Today we have joined with Sri, Sri Kumarji, our President Nagi, Siraji from Pakistan, Professor Siraji from Pakistan, Professor Umesh Kumar Mandal from Kathmandu. When they join us, our meeting becomes very valuable, very important. With so many dignitaries we are having with us, and time is very much. So I want to just convey my best wishes to the episode. We are successfully conducting the 42nd, and this is an achievement. I feel it is an achievement, and I must congratulate Dr. Devendra and the teams. And what they are doing, this is a wonderful in a real sense. And Madam Chauhan, you have conducted the meeting very nicely. You have collected, you have joined us nicely, and you have made the program very success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rana Pratap sir. Your blessings are making us work and give best to our
Thank
capacity.
you.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Even I would like to share something on this platform
Of
regarding
course.
my association with Sita Madam. My elder sister was her student. My husband, Professor Chavan, was a student, and I was also a student for MA MPhil. And what I am today is I owe everything to Sita Madam as well, because I had left my MPhil in between due to some reasons. But it was Sita Madam who called me up personally by writing a letter and counseling me to pursue and complete it without living in between. And to just respect her, completed my MPhil. And later on, she took me to International Institute for Population Sciences to do my PhD. And there she got me introduced there to all the faculty members and saw to it that I get my PhD awarded with all her guidance, support, and everything. She never made us run anywhere. She was so affectionate, so motherly that I was always associated with her. Even after she leaving the department after retirement, always we, both my husband and myself, used to visit her often at Vashi. And after sir left, she was always telling me, "You should have been my daughter." That time I told her, "Madam, I'm your daughter only because you are my Guru Mata. So I'm always there with you." And I really miss her a lot, and pray Almighty to give her best peace and rest wherever she is. And our blessings are there with us all throughout. Thank you so much. Now, with permission of the President, Dr. Gofne sir, I would like to invite Dr. Samruddhi Chavan to propose vote of thanks. Dr. Samruddhi.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Is my voice audible properly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And presenting a vote of thanks for this occasion, and for particularly a dedicated teacher person are loving, we would say, in fond remembrance of K. Sita Madam. And I have tried to document how everyone over here has been talking about her with fond remembrance. Please allow me to present this vote of thanks, and though it may take few moments of much time, again I want to thank actually each and every person who has talked here on this forum and made it a memorable occasion. Honorable attendees, it is with immense gratitude and a deep sense of reverence that myself, Dr. Samruddhi Chavan, working as an assistant professor in ICLA's Motilal Jhunjhunwala College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Vashi, stand before you to present this vote of thanks for the 42nd episode of online lecture series on founders and makers of modern geography in India, organized by Institute for Environmental Research and Rural Development, Patna, Bihar, spearheaded by Director Professor Devendra Pratap Singh Sir, in loving memory of Professor K. Sita, former in charge head, Professor and Chairman, Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, ICSSR Research Fellow, Tata Chair Professor at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, Maharashtra. This event has been successfully completed on 27th August 2023, which was scheduled from 5 p.m. onwards. I begin by expressing my profound gratitude to the president of our session, Dr. Barasaheb Gopne sir, director at YBC Institute of Competitive Exams and VCR Center, Vidyanagar, Karad, Maharashtra, India. Sir, your esteemed presence and insightful remarks have indeed added grandeur to this gathering. Gopne sir, with your presidential address today has been nothing short of enlightening one. The depth with which you spoke of Sita Madam's life and her monumental contributions to academia has vividly rekindled the profound inspiration and reverence we all feel towards the legendary Professor Sita Madam. Her presence, as you so aptly described, has been an immense source of blessings and motivation.
Furthermore, your blessings and guidance for the budding geographers among us are very invaluable. Your holistic approach encapsulated in your remarks and your well wishes, not just for those present, but for everyone associated with the geography discipline, speaks volumes about your vision and generosity of your spirit. Thank you so very much for gracing this event with wisdom and your benevolence. I would also like to extend my deepest appreciation to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Safdar Ali Shirzadi Sir, Professor and Chairman, Retired Department of Geography, Punjab University, Lahore, Pakistan, and Vice President of Pakistan Geographical Association. Sir, your reflections have indeed struck a chord with all of us. The emphasis you place on collaborative efforts and how together we can propel the field of geography and academia to greater heights is inspiring and pivotal. Sir, your kind words and appreciation for our nation and acknowledgement of our recent accomplishments bolster our pride while simultaneously remind us of our responsibilities in the future. Your perspective serves as a testament to the shared values and aspirations that transcend borders, further highlighting the significance of mutual respect and cooperation. We are truly heartened by your well wishes and greetings and your gracious acknowledgement of our nation's potential and achievements. Thank you immensely, sir, for encouraging and thoughtful words. I would now like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to today's speaker, Dr. Hemant Pednekar, sir, retired principal, Onde College, Vikramgarh, Palghar, Maharashtra, and also the ex-vice president of Bombay Geographical Association. Sirs, your shared anecdotes and precious moments with Professor K. Sita brought nostalgia and reference to today's gathering. I deeply appreciate your insightful portrayal of Sita Madam. Through your narration, we were given a window into many facets of her remarkable personality. She wasn't just an academic stalwart, but her motherly and affectionate demeanor as a teacher touched countless lives. Her unwavering dedication, research acumen, and spiritual depth were palpable in your tribute. Truly, such qualities underscore her lasting legacy in both personal and professional realms. Furthermore, I would like to thank our distinguished guests who have honored us immensely with their presence. I thank Professor Devendra Nayak, sir. Sir, it's truly commendable how, despite you never having met Sita Madam in person, you have managed to capture the essence of her life and legacy with such precision. Your endeavor to understand and acknowledge her substantial contributions to the world of geographic academia underscores the impact she left in her wake. Her ability to seamlessly blend her familiar responsibilities with her professional commitment speaks volumes. Thank you, sir, for your insightful and kind words. I would also like to extend my deepest thanks and gratitude to Professor V.S. Phadke, sir, former professor and head Department of Geography, University of Mumbai, Maharashtra, and ex-president of Bombay Geographical Association. Phadke, sir, your recounting of Sita Madam's journey, both professional and personal, has given us a poignant insight into her illustrious life. It was a privilege to learn of her prowess as an articulate teacher with her meticulously crafted and engaging lectures. Her tireless efforts endeavoring to elevate the stature of geography in colleges and at university level serve as a testament to collective dedication. Sir, your collaboration with Sita Madam, especially regarding Mumbai and then later on researches, also paints a vivid picture of her commitment and expertise, and her influence on the students and their research endeavors showcases her indomitable spirit and passion for mentorship. So, your tribute has not only provided us a glimpse into Sita Madam's remarkable life, but has also enriched our thoughts and our experiences regarding these treasured memories and insights. Thank you once again, sir. I also extend my thanks to Professor Roli Kanchan Madam. Madam, your discourse has served as a beacon illuminating the profound contributions of geographers both past and present. The emphasis which you placed on forging a bond between the seasoned and emerging geographers resonates deeply with all of us. Thank you, ma'am, for your grateful words. We also have the privilege among us to have our guests of honors. And so, for your esteemed positions and contributions to which you have made this event more richer by sharing your wonderful thoughts, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor S. Shinde, Professor Thakur sir, Professor A.K. Lonawat sir. Professor Ashok Kumar Lonawat sir, your eloquent words have painted a vivid portrait of Sita Madam for all of us. Through your tribute, we journeyed along her side, witnessing her evolution from a passionate geography student to a meticulous researcher, from a revered academician to a doting mother, and above all, as a teacher par excellence whose dedication was second and fondly remembered by us. Your recollections have truly enriched our understanding and appreciation of her multifaceted legacy. I would also like to thank our respected Krishnamurti sir for sharing your thoughts and reflections on Sita Madam's life, and the way you have highlighted her unparalleled success is a true testament to her resilience and dedication. I would also like to express my gratitude to Umesh Kumar Mandal sir. We are appreciative of your encouragement and the warm wishes which you have extended for the future endeavors associated with this program. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to thank Salahuddin Qureshi, sir. Sir, your cherished recollections of your time with Sita Madam, especially highlighting her ever present smile and calming influence, particularly on young geographers, truly resonates with us all. And as even I then remembered, yes, as how it was very easy for each one of us to connect with Sita Madam. Thank you, sir, for sharing these invaluable memories and insights with us. I also extend my warm gratitude to Rana Pratap, sir, for offering his best wishes to this program. Sir, your support and goodwill are greatly valued. Behind every successful event, there is a team that works tirelessly. To this end, I would like to convey our deepest appreciation and sincere gratitude to the intercessor, Professor Devendra Pratap Singh, sir, Director of Researches, IERARD Patna, for orchestrating this magnificent event. I also express profound gratitude to the convener of this event, Professor Dr. Savitsmita Vilasra Chavan, Madam, former professor and head of department, University of Mumbai, Maharashtra, and ex-president of the Bombay Geographical Association, for her unparalleled effort in making this event memorable and successful one. I would also like to express my gratitude to Dr. Deepali Gadkari, Madam, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography and Coordinator of the PhD Research Committee at University of Mumbai, Maharashtra. Her eloquent welcome address set a commendable tone for the commencement of this session. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would also like to thank and our organizing secretaries who deserve a special mention. Dr. Ambrish Kumar Rai, sir, Assistant Professor at PG Department of Geography, Veer Kunwar Singh University, Ara, Bihar, and Dr. Amit Kumar, sir, Assistant Professor and Head, PG Department of Geography, Munger University, Bihar, for their dedication and relentless efforts for having ensured the success of this event. In conclusion, I thank to every eminent geographer, faculty member, research scholar, student, and all the attendees. I express our deepest gratitude for being a part of this tribute to Professor K. Sita, who remains in our heart as a cherished mentor, as an excellent educator, and as an outstanding geographer. Before I end this, I would like to take the opportunity, especially to thank our intercessor, Professor Devendra Pratap Singh, sir, our torchbearer of this program and convener of the event, Professor Savitsmita Vilasra Savan, ma'am, for having placed their trust in me and giving me this proud opportunity to present the vote of thanks at this esteemed lecture. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Kaveri Dabadkar Madam from PG Bilasa Girls College, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh, who will be rendering the national anthem. At the end, I would like to pray to the Almighty to continue to guide us in the pursuit of advancing the realm of geography, academia, and serving humanity. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you so much, dear Dr. Samruddhi, for such a profound vote of thanks. We are really blessed from by Almighty to have such young geographers on this platform. Uh, with permission from the President, Dr. Gofne sir,
Yeah.
I would now like to invite Dr. Kaveri Madam to please recite Rashtragit. Dr. Kaveri Madam,
Yes.
I request each one of us to please stand where you are.
Yes, please start.
Kaveri Madam, are you there? Or Samruddhi, you can start, please. Jana Gana Mana.
Okay, I will start and I request everyone to join with me.
Yes, everyone has to participate. Yes. Yes. Join.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना उत्कल
तव शुभ नाम ताके तव शुभ गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
भारत माता की